Donkey of the day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Donkey of the day for Monday, November 15th. Donkey of the day for Monday, November 15th goes to Ted Pharmacy in Aldie, Virginia. Now, we live in an era where a lot of people are skeptical about the COVID vaccine, and I understand why. Okay, recently the COVID vaccine became available for kids. Now, if you're an adult who needed a lot of convincing to get the COVID vaccine and you got kids, I don't think you're just going to run out there to get your kids vaxxed, all right? Some of you might, but for a lot of people who are already skeptical about themselves, they're going to be 100 times more skeptical about their children. Well, how would you feel if you were skeptical, but you said, nope, I'm going to do it anyway. It's the right thing to do. You take your kids, and then they get incorrectly administered another vaccine. Let's go to Fox 5 for the report, please.
Parents are pushing to get their children vaccinated sooner rather than later, especially with the holiday season right around the corner. However, one Arlington mother is regretting moving a little too fast because her daughter got the wrong vaccine.
I should be celebrating the fact that she's finally has her first vaccine, and instead I'm left wondering, did she get enough?
What that mother meant is her daughter Griffin may have gotten too much. She says she took her 7-year-old to Ted's Pharmacy in Aldie, Virginia. She noticed her daughter was getting the vaccine in a purple cap, which is for people 12 and up, instead of the orange cap, which is for kids 5 to 11 years old. The Board of Pharmacy says they are not at liberty to confirm or deny if there is an investigation underway into a possible violation of law or regulation.
Anti-vaxxers have a lot of fuel this morning. Okay, if you had distrust for the medical system, distrust for the vaccine, all this does is add more fuel to the fire, because I cannot for the life of me understand why people in the pharmacy didn't know they were administering the wrong vaccines. Oh, sure I do. Now, this isn't the first time I've heard about this. I've seen stories about folks in pharmacies administering the wrong vaccine to adults, as well as, they've given the wrong vaccine to adults before. I've heard those stories. I don't know how that happens, but in these moments, you have one job: get my order right. All right, I know it's a few vaccines y'all got on the menu here, but COVID probably the most popular right now. Flu is always going to be a fan favorite, but that COVID vaccine has to be the number one most ordered item at the moment. One would think, but why, oh why, don't the pharmacists know they are administering the wrong vaccine? I know me. I'm a person that everything has to be right. Don't bring my vaccine already in the syringe. I want to see you open it and draw the medicine from the vial. Granted, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at when this is happening, but I know it damn sure makes me feel better. All right, it's like back in the day when you smoked the blunt with somebody you didn't really know like that. I need to watch them roll it, all right, to make sure they're not lacing it with nothing. Same rules apply. Drugs are drugs, and the same rules I have in regards to drugs in the street, I'm going to have with you pharmaceutical folks too. And don't tell me they not the same because they getting donkey of the day for making the same mistake somebody in the street would get killed for it. Now, here's what actually makes this worse and all the more egregious. I asked the question earlier. I said, how did they not know, they weren't giving, these kids the right vaccine? Well, Ted Pharmacy in Aldie, Virginia knew what they were doing because they did not have the children's formulation. So they used the adult formulation, but only gave a third of the amount to the children. I repeat, because they did not have the children's formulation, they used the adult formulation, but only gave a third of the amount to the children. David Goodfriend, the director of the health department of the Loudoun County Health Department, said this, and he said, from their understanding, they were trying to do a workaround, which is not authorized. What the hell is a workaround? Okay, a workaround is what you do when you don't have no soap back in the day, so you would use Dawn to wash or grab all the little pieces of soap you can find in the shower and put them together. A workaround is when you used to, grab all the roaches back in the day and unwrap them to put all that weed together that you find in the roaches to make one blunt. I don't want no damn workaround when it comes to medical things, okay? What the hell you gonna do, blow on the needle like an old Nintendo game to make it work? And the fact that the only reason they got found out was because of an observant parent who noticed her 7-year-old daughter getting the vaccine with a purple cap meant for those age 12 and older, rather than the new one for the younger kids that's an orange cap. Come on now. What does Big Bird have to say about this? Big Bird, you didn't tell us this was a possibility when you was getting the vaccine last week. You just said your wing hurt, okay? Well, how do you know you even got administered with the right vaccine, Big Bird? You a big old bird. You can pass for an adult. I know you're eternally 6, but you can pass for a bigger bird. So maybe you need to do some checking to make sure you got the proper vaccine. The moral of the story is I don't know what the moral of the story is because none of this COVID stuff will ever make sense to me. Just do what you need to do to protect yourself, protect your kids, make your own choices. But hell, even when you go to do that, then something like this happens. I don't know. Please give Ted Pharmacy in Aldi, Virginia, the biggest hee-haw. Just don't know, man. You try to do the right thing, but then when you go to do the right thing, things like this happen. What are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.